morning, good afternoon, good evening. I'm sorry, I'm just blocking blocking some people and trying to. There we go. They've been bombarding me since yesterday as far as um, trolls. Anyway, enough of that. Anyway, good morning, everybody. Nikki, all the virtual hugs are always welcomed. Joe, how you doing? Scott, hey, Grant, Maximus, we're gonna talk in a minute about Grant here. Maybe we can give him some input on moving to Thailand. Anyway, Gator, how you doing, Jake? Tommy J, Black Sheep, of course. Not gonna be here long. Sorry. It's yeah, I know. Nikki's in the UK too. Hopefully, you're still here. If not, you can watch it back because we'll talk about it right out of the gate. If you've got some questions, go ahead and put them into the chat now, and then go ahead and go to bed, and we'll try to answer them, and you can watch it when you wake up. By all means. Uh, Chris, how you doing? I already said hi to Joe. Enjoy the stream, everyone. I think he had to go. Anyway, we'll still talk about it. Hey, Mark, how you doing? Morning to you. I think that's it. I think I caught everybody. So let's see, bring up to date. So I did that short deal 2 days ago. Actually, it was kind of a break for me, which was a good thing anyway. And so I still haven't went camping. Things still ready to go. I talked to my wife this morning. I think I'm going to go Saturday because she's going to Saturday. She has to work one Saturday a month, so she's working this Saturday. So she's going to go. She has to go to a meeting in Buriram with her boss, and they'll be back Sunday afternoon or something. Anyway, so I'm going to go. I think Saturday morning. You saw the little. If you didn't see the short, look at the little short that I did on. It's light rain in Surin. It was just pouring, and I was going to try to go yesterday, and no way. So I mean, I could have done it, but I didn't feel like getting soaked. I was just not feeling that great anyway. Um, so I figured, if I got soaking wet, probably wouldn't be a good thing. Um, let's see. I think I'm caught up on everything. Okay, sound and everything is good. I'm imagining it sounds all right in me ear. But Chris is here, so I always like to get his input. Um, so let's see. So anyway, just so everybody knows, anyway, today's my second wedding anniversary on the first. So I don't know if my wife's trying to tell me something or not. I got her gold, and she got me a giant suitcase. So I don't know what to read into that. Just kidding. She knows I'm going to, or I'm planning on going to America in October or November, and I don't have my big suitcase busted. So she got me a new one, which was awesome. So we did that. We exchanged our gifts, and that was kind of cool. But so let's see. Otherwise, pretty much done with the side of the house. I still haven't filmed that. I got to do that so I can show it to you guys. Hey, Robert, how you doing? Hey, Marco, how are you? If you guys aren't subscribed to either Marco or to Robert Mack in Asia, by all means, please do. Good people, the gals from the Philippines, very supportive, very upbeat, good channel. I always talk well of them. They're good people. Um, Question from Jake. I love Thailand. What are your dates? I don't know for sure yet. I'm thinking it's going to be the October. Kind of got blown out of the water. We had that family vacation planned for Koh Chang at Serenity again for a week. I've already, I rented the place. Of course, I can get my money back or whatever. Or the thing is whatever you call. I can cancel it. So both the kids have to stay in school, and one of them's got some stuff that she has to do for singing. The other one has to do for dancing. And anyway, they're not going to be coming home. So that was one of the main reasons I wasn't going to go in October. Excuse me. So I think I'm going to go ahead and go maybe the last week of October, first week or two of November. So somewhere around there. But I'll let everybody in on all that. And there was one thing I wanted to talk about too with Jake, and I'll talk to you on the show, and then see if you want to do it. Let me know. Black Sheep always gives a bunch of good input and everything on it, and I know that I had said, and people have asked, they want a little bit more in depth deal about me for some reason. Don't know why. I think more so on how I met Nitnoy, the hospital, going through all that stuff. And he even went as far as writing a whole bunch of questions. And he thought, which I think is a good idea too, is that me and Jake do a recorded StreamYard deal, but just private, and then we can edit or do whatever we want to. And he thought it would be good for Jake, would be a good interviewer to interview me. So if you're still there, Jake, let me know what you think about that, and maybe we'll get together on that. Even in the email, I mean, he went as far as asking, I mean, writing all the questions that you would be asking me. It was pretty cool. He's a good man. Black Sheep question: when's your dates going to Thailand? Okay. To come on the show, I have a problem with you, Santa. Yeah, really? That won't happen. Everybody has a problem with me. I just don't like trolls. Let's see. I'm here for that. I'm game. Okay, cool. We'll talk about it. I'll talk about it maybe in one of the after shows or something. It'd probably be something we could put together in a week or something. Anyway, I think it was a great idea, and I thought he was absolutely right. You would be the perfect one for it. Let's see. I got nothing but time. You sound like me, Jake. When are you guys coming? You're coming in like November, right? About the same time I'm going back, I think. Although, like I said, I want to be gone about 3 weeks. I think. I think that'll be enough time for me to get in everything that I want to get done. Is Cobus here? I didn't even see Cobus. Hello, Cobus. If I didn't see you, I'm gonna go back here, and I wanted to get that gentleman's name. He wrote me an email. Seemed like a really nice guy. I didn't get a bunch of information about him. This is the one that he wrote. He wrote me a deal. He wants to try to come here. Wanted to know. It's an interesting question. Can he? He wants to try he wants to come to Thailand. He thinks so. I'm imagining he hasn't been here. He wants to. He wanted to know, is it feasible to camp and live like that for in Thailand? And I told him in the email it's possible, but I wouldn't suggest it. But what I would suggest, like I talked to my wife this morning, you can get a studio apartment with an air conditioner, clean, all all your stuff, your dishes, you're completely furnished for $150. Now he's from England, I believe, because it's we said 2 in the morning. It would make sense for me. I guess what I was saying, it depends. I guess I'm stepping on myself. I need more information, like how old are you? What kind of what kind of a visa are you planning on getting? What kind of work are you planning on trying to do? I believe you said internet. So we need some more. Maybe you could send me another email, and then we could talk about it maybe in the next one, or maybe I'll do a later deal that's more. I wanted to try to do that anyway. Was a little bit more for people in the UK or subscribers in the UK, but you can live here in Thailand extremely cheap. Okay, when I'm talking about, you can get a place. You can even get a place for under $150 US. If you want to give up air conditioning, if you want just a fan room and whatever, you can get it. I want to say close to $100 a month. Okay, but I wouldn't do that. But 150. See, I don't know what kind of a base you have, how old you are. Like I said, are you collecting any kind of I don't know what they have in the UK. Maybe somebody can enlighten me on the UK. But I don't think he's. I don't get the impression that he's a retiree. Hey James, how you doing? Um, I don't. I didn't get that impression. So I guess what I'm saying is you can live here as cheaply as you want to live here. If you don't have a drinking problem or want to chase around young women 7 days a week, you can live here quite cheaply. It would be a very meager, not doing much. I would suggest, like, if you're going to do something like that, at, if you're 50, then you've got a bunch of different options. If you're not 50, then you got to figure first on how to get your visa in order, on what kind of a visa you're going to get. If you can drive a scooter and feel comfortable on two wheels, I would say, at least give yourself $1,000 to buy a decent secondhand scooter, and then you're only talking about just your price for gas on commuting in whatever community you end up living in. It's a lot easier to do it out here in Isan than it is in Bangkok. I wouldn't even want to ride around on a daily deal on a scooter in Bangkok. It's just, people are too crazy, they're nuts. But it's an interesting deal, and hopefully you will come back or send me another email, give me a little bit more information about your situation. And there's, like I said, if you come on, it seemed like you weren't worried about coming on. There's a lot of people in here that do live here full time, part time, that can give you a bunch of different views on which way to go. So that's kind of what we do here anyway. It's just like a bunch of people, friends, just sitting around bullshitting, about Thailand and living here, and what operation is next. So again, I don't know what age are, but we have a bunch of fun. I like to think we do. Yeah, I wouldn't either. Tommy, how you doing? Good that you could drop by. Um, yeah, no, I know. It's just, it depends. If you're in a situation where you're in, like, I don't know that much about the UK situation as a senior citizen, but in the United States, if you worked pretty much your whole life, you got at least a little bit of an income, and the income that you have is pretty close to being able to live here in Thailand, as long as you're willing to, like I said, the average in the United States is like $1,600, $1,700 a month. Can you live here on that? Sure. Yeah, I don't think there's a problem at all with that. Like I said, especially if you're not gonna, you can come to Surin, like I said, and get a nice room for $150. It's maybe even a one bedroom. For a little bit more, maybe a 175. But clean, and no problems, and probably even get your water included in that too. So you'd have to pay your electricity and your internet. So you could do it really cheap, on the cheap. I think it can be done. When you look at the other end of it, if I'm 65 years old and I'm in the United States, and I did work my life, but I got divorced 117 times, and I lost half of everything that I owned 117 times. So when I got down to the bottom dollar, I have $20,000 in the bank, and or maybe $50,000 in the bank, and that's it. My house is gone. I don't have anything, other than that. Well, you're not going to live a very good life in the United States. I can tell you that right now, at least in California. That's the only thing I'm familiar with. If you want to be out in the middle of Missouri somewhere, and in a population 97 town, maybe you can find a way to live there. But coming and seeing what's behind me for that same amount of money, you can do that, because, like I said, it's all pretty much relative. If you're halfway, can figure out things. If you're only paying $150 for your rent and a fully furnished place, then that if you idle back the air conditioner, maybe 1,000 baht a month, and that would be $30. Your water probably will get paid for. Your internet's maybe another $30. So bottom line, to just sit there with your internet your air conditioning on occasionally in your little room, it might cost you $250. So now you've got to eat. Well, if you went out every day and ate pad thai and mama noodles and stuff reasonable, 40 baht a meal. So it's 80, 90, 100, 110, 120, $3, $4 a day. So you figure that out again, 30, 60, 90, $100 a month, maybe a little bit more than that for food. Then you got to worry about getting your visa. You got to worry about, got to have insurance. So insurance might cost you about 1,800 a year. So maybe 150 a month. So I don't even think we've hit $500, $600, So, I mean, we could do a detailed thing. Maybe if he comes back, I'll actually do a breakdown of what I think the absolute bottom line cost is, and it might come out to $1,000 US, but I wouldn't suggest coming here with $1,000. Coming here with 1,800, 1,700, yes, because there's going to be some certain things that you're going to run into, but insurance is a definite got to have. Hey, what's up, Tony? How you doing? Glad you could stop by. If you guys aren't subscribed, subscribe to Bad Badger, retired in Thailand. Tony's a great guy. Hey, Nanette, how are you? Glad you could stop by. Aaron's here. How's it going, Aaron? What's wrong with Southern Missouri? No, that's what I'm saying. What is, you know more about that there, Robert? What if you were just Joe Blow, 65 years old, you had an income of the norm is about 16 to 1,700, and you had no retirement. Where could you live there? Are the places? Can you find a place for 300-400, maybe even 500? It's probably very possible, but I think the dollar goes so much farther here, and in Robert's case, in Vietnam. Anytime, Tony. Anytime. It just goes farther. Like I said, I want to say bottom dollar, under $1,000 a month. You could live here in Surin, and still have that $600-700 cushion. That's even figuring in. If you have a retirement visa, that's going to cost you a couple thousand baht a year to renew. The ideal condition moving here in that situation is to have the 800,000 baht, which is about, somebody can correct me, it's about 22,000, something like that you could put in here. Then you wouldn't have to worry about it. So leave it in a bank account in Thailand, show it the once a year when you do your deal, and you don't have to worry about anything. But you have to be 50 years old. So in this man's particular case, I don't know if he is or not. So it all depends, but I think you can. I mean, like I said, in my case, I stopped smoking, so there's $6 a day or something that I would have spent before. You saw me drinking the camping video. That's the first time I've had a drink in probably a year. Or no, maybe I had a beer once on the bike trip and a shot with Chuck. And that's pretty much my extent of drinking. So you'll never see me drunk, and I just don't drink that much. So that brings everything down. I'm not going to chase women around bars. That's not going to happen. And even if I was a single guy, I mean, it can be done. It just, a lot of people, they see what's behind me and they want to be here. And even it seems like it's going to be interesting to talk to this gentleman, because I don't know if he's ever been here. Sounds to me like he hasn't. Do I think it's a great idea? Hell yeah. Like I said, you got to give me or give us on this channel a little bit more input on your situation, how old you are, do you have any kind of income, what could you do, on the internet to try to make money. And then you have to have stuff when you come here. If you're doing that, you have to have a work permit and some other stuff. But it is feasible, And for me, if I was 50 years old and let's say I didn't have a bunch of money and and I don't have Social Security, but let's say maybe I don't know, what kind of an income you'd have to probably be dependent mostly on whatever you're going to make, whatever you're going to make on the internet. And I would say you need to make that between that 15 to 2,000, you need to be in that range every month. And I don't know if you could dial that in. I don't know what kind of internet stuff you're looking at to do. Let's see if I missed anything while I was rambling. Thailand Digital Nomad. Hi, Ann. Pleased to meet you. It looks like you come highly recommended because Tom's saying is putting up your link. So you must be a good person. I'm glad to meet you. If I haven't met you before, which is possible, the old brain doesn't work sometimes. Hey, Gary, what's up? How are you? But it's an um, interesting deal, because there's a lot of people out there that are probably in that situation. I know if I knew about Thailand and I was, let's say, 40, early 40s or whatever, and coming over here, if I could swing it, I would have tried, and I could have probably at 40. I had planned on retiring then, and it didn't work out. I got divorced instead, so things work weird deals. But anyway, it's the dollar really well, and I'm sure that the Tom's here now too. The man that I'm talking about is from the UK, so I don't know what the UK is against the baht right now, but I think the dollar's still 35 point something baht, so it's still a good exchange rate. So it makes it a little bit more. You get a little more money to come here, when you come here. The hardest thing like I said, is to be able to have enough money to secure your insurance and stuff. And like I said, if you're 50 or below, or right around 50, and you can get the retirement visa, and that 50-year-old, and you're fairly in good shape, the insurance might even be cheaper. It all goes off of your age and what's going to get covered. But for the most part, I think I'm going kind of off what Chuck is, and I think, and Joe and all them. I think, well, Joe's got from the service, I think. But I want to say 18 to $2,000, and he's in that age range, early 50s or whatever. Me at 65, 70 years old is starting to push the. Hey, Daz, how you doing? Is starting to push the. They give him and haw about insuring you. So if you're going to come and you're 66, I'm going to be 66 in December. Get over here and get insurance, because I think once you have it, you can kind of roll until you go. You can once you're in and hooked up with somebody, I think they take you each year. If you're over 70 and you're coming in and trying to get something right out of the gate, it's a little tougher. That's saying 36.5. Okay, cool. Yeah, the reason I probably got 35.5 in my brain is I get up 1 point under it is what T-Mobile gives me. So if it's 36.5, if I was to transfer money tomorrow, they'd give me 35.5, which is fine with me. I've never had any problems in almost 4 years now. I've been here. No, hasn't reached its destination. Any kind of problem with it coming in. Never a problem with the amount, and that's through Bangkok Bank too. I like them. Yeah, it does, right? Expensive when you hit 70. But I think if you already got it beforehand, Tony, and you're kind of been with them for 3, 4, 5 years and rolling, I think it's a little bit easier. My boys are here. All right, cool. Have a great one, Joe. Happy Thursday. Thanks, Annette. Back to work. Well, hopefully you make a lot of money. Let's see, Uncle Craig. Was Uncle Craig here, or did you just putting in his link? You probably will later. I watched 2 of your videos this morning in case you're watching. And then again, so everybody knows, today's my 2nd wedding anniversary. So I'm kind of excited for that. I mean, 2 years, I haven't even had a hiccup. So maybe I can go 20. Hoping to go 20. She wants me to go like till I'm 100, and I don't think that's going to happen. Let's see. You get a discount, but it still gets much more expensive. Yeah, I know it's kind of tough at that. Hold on, one of my trolls is here. So
You got
hey,
a
what's
few.
up?
Good morning. Good morning, Dave. How are you today?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
I'm doing great. If you can see behind me here,
I'm
beautiful
Dow.
Project
How are you?
Recon. We
I
got over
see.
here,
I
we
see.
got Vince, Dow,
Yeah. Hey, Dow. I
hello,
seen Dow.
Hello, morningค่ะ
Mike and Nicole there.
Hey, Mike. How you doing? Hi, Nicole.
Good.
Hello.
Chuck and the rest of the wrecking crew are down getting ready for breakfast. We're just down at this nice little beach cafe getting some coffee,
Cool. Cool.
enjoying the morning. Wish you were here,
One of my
brother.
Yeah, I wish I was too. One of my favorite places. I think if I had a choice now from what I've seen on Thailand, I'd be living in Pachuap area anyway, close to that area, I think. It's my kind
It's
of
nice.
style. Yeah.
It's very beautiful here.
Yeah, nice and quiet. More my speed. Now, if I was 35, 40 years old, maybe I'd be in Jomtien or Pattaya. But for me now, Pachuap has everything I would want.
An hour up the road, you got Wahin.
Yeah. And I like
Finished
it there. Some
Saturday.
people like it, some people don't. I like wine. And you got Chaam too, which I
Yeah,
like
yeah.
too. Yeah, there's a lot of
Well, this is just a
nice
pristine
places
area.
there.
A lot of
Yeah,
it looks like your green screen behind you.
yeah, I know.
Really,
I know.
the
I'll
mountains
tell
and
you what, man.
everything. Mike and I went down to the end of this trail behind me, and oh, it's just beautiful.
Yeah,
Really nice.
Daz is in here. He's saying
I
hi to
can't
you.
read the chat though, but good morning, everybody. Hey, Daz.
Yeah,
Wish you were
Daz
here, brother.
is. That is. Yeah, I think he said he was. It's possible. What did you say? November? I know you pushed it back a little bit. I think he said that he didn't get everything done that he wanted.
Yeah, next month I think or something. Anyway, we're gonna
Yeah,
head down to breakfast, gang, and we're gonna find some more adventures today.
All right. Have a good time. See you guys later.
Take it easy. Thanks, Dave.
See you later, brother. All righty. Well, that was nice. Cool. Um, so Anne must be another. She's saying sister, Nanette. So you're another one from who I haven't met. I'm imagining the a Filipina community. I don't know if you're a singer or not, but by all means, please subscribe to Anne. All the people that I've met over there from Bobby got to get going over on the Philippine side of stuff are a bunch of good ones, no doubt. They're at Pachuap CurryCon. Is that what you wanted to know? Where are they all? Or is there something else? Sorry, did I jump in the middle of something? Good to see him. Yeah. I think he's been relaxing for a little while, which I don't blame him. I would be too. Um, yes, Ann, it's a cool day. Oh, cool. Okay, so you come highly recommended, Ann. I'll have to catch out. I don't know if I'm subscribed. Let me go. Did somebody pop her? I know Tom did a little while back. No. I was talking to James last night. He told me he was going to drive the big time. So I think he must. I don't know if he saw that or not, Tony. But if you could put up, somebody put up Ann's deal again, and I'll join on my phone so that I got. Is this it here? Yeah, there it is. And oh, I'm already subscribed. Okay, I'm already subscribed. So I'm set. All right, cool. But if you're not, subscribe to Ann. You haven't seen him in a bit. Let's see, Mark in Thailand. Over by Joe's. Okay. Yeah, Pachuap Kurikon. I really like that area, man. Oh, cool. Very, very cool. So I'm imagining they're gonna meet up with this group sooner or later, I'm guessing. They were chatting. Cool. Um, Sometimes James lurks in here, waits for me to say something stupid or something. Just kidding. Mm. So back to the other deal. I'm excited that I've been married for 2 years. My wife is awesome, and I guess we're going to go out to one of the, of course, barbecues. It's also today is my mother-in-law's birthday, So we're all gonna go out tonight to a barbecue. So maybe I'll maybe I'll be a vlogger. I don't know. A lot of people, they don't like do it. My deal with my wife is, if you want to be on the YouTube channel, then be on it. If I'm step in and she doesn't like, because she doesn't think she speaks very good English. I think she speaks very good English, but I don't mind doing that kind of stuff. It's not like it's a private thing, my anniversary and my mother-in-law's birthday. There isn't too much I don't share with you people anyway. I'm pretty much stand up and honest about everything. They were in Penang for a few days. I'd probably say that always wrong. So they messaged me. That's awesome. That's nice. And did you guys go to that same steak place that you took us to when we were on the bike ride, or you go to someplace different? It's early. Oh, 5:20 a.m. Really? Wow, I didn't know that. But when we went on the bike ride, Tony brought us over to a steak place around the corner from where he lives. I like it there too. There's pretty awesome. And he's close to one of my favorite places, which is Kolak. So there's a bunch of over there on that side. I don't know. Joe's, I don't know. I kind of liked it. The town was a little bit busy, but you had to, drive 5 minutes there. But out where he was and along the beaches, there was, even pre-COVID, there was not a lot of people on the beach. It wasn't crowded. It was just like when you see it now. I didn't notice a difference between pre-COVID and what you're seeing right now when they're at the beach. When they launched the boat, if you watch Chuck and Joe's videos, you'll see that's the way it pretty much was when I was there. And I was there 2000. I guess it was after that, wasn't it? It had to be after that. So I guess it was after that. I guess it was after COVID. So I didn't really see it pre. But it didn't look like it was any different. Oh, really? Cool. Oh, that's even better. So Tony barbecued in the tiki area, I'm imagining. That's awesome. It looked great. The other day I watched your video. I don't know if I commented on it. I did. The one where you went to the market, you also were showing around the yard, and it all looked really, really good. It's 5:15. You need to what? I need to know. I need you to know. What did I miss? Anyways. So we're gonna go out for barbecue tonight, I guess. It'll be awesome. I got an awesome Thai family. Like I was gonna say earlier too. I got every box that I could possibly imagine checked after everything that happened to me and my wife passing away, and thinking life was pretty much over and done with everything. And then to have what I have now, the only thing that isn't checked is this. I would be living by the water, not a doubt in my mind. Is it possible? I thought it was at one point, because I would just move her mom and dad with us wherever we would go. And she worked for TOT, which is now NT. It's a government-owned internet company. They've got places all over. Hua Hin. Every place you could imagine, there's a TOT or NT place there. So she could probably put in for a transfer, and I probably could have tried to talk in. But then I found out when I got married and we had the party here, that all the people that she worked with for the past over 20 years at TOT are her family too. These people were here early in the morning, running around town for her, picking up this. What do you want me to do? They're a whole nother family. So unless I've got enough money to move myself, my mother-in-law, my father-in-law, my wife, the kids, and everything, and 20 of her other family or friends, I'm not going to be able to do it. But I'm still looking at that condo in Rayong. I did talk to my nephew in the States, and I'm trying to wrangle up enough dough to buy a little bachelor deal by Tom, Thailand Digital Nomad. And then that, once a month for 4 or 5 days during the middle of the week. We talked about it before. I could jam over there. It's about a 5-6 hour drive, and I could spend 4 days in there just kicking back and relaxing, jumping over and seeing people in John TM and Patea, James and Mitch and everybody that's over there. Mark will probably be around. Tom, of course. It'd be a good idea. And then that's something I'd probably just leave to my Thai family. I wouldn't even put it in my name. So there's one for you, trolls. Let's see. They were okay. That was definitely Tom. What did I miss, guys? You have to work at 8. Man, you guys are diehards. Thank you for coming by, Ann. I appreciate it. God, I'm way behind. I didn't scroll up. Hey, Ron John, how you doing? I haven't seen you in a while. Did you get notified on this one? I know you had said something you weren't getting notified or something. Hopefully you did. Let's see. I'm caught up now. If I missed something, guys, and you were asking a question, by all means, put it back up in the chat. Let's see. There needs to fill the lakes. Can you guys hear those notifications when they're going off? Let me know. I got to try to disable them or something. Oh, okay. Well, I hope you're feeling better, huh? Hey, Moonwa, how are you? Morning to you, sir. Is Randy? I didn't see Randy. And I'm horrible. Sorry, Randy. There you are. I appreciate you saying hello to everyone. So that's that's pretty much, I think, we didn't go, or we aren't, we didn't go to look at the buildings or anything like that. I still got to get for Black Sheep. I know I've been promising him some dimensions in the backyard, so I'll try to do that maybe today. It rained if you saw the little short, it did that pretty much all day yesterday. Today, I see overcast, but I don't see any dark clouds. Was going to drive your way, but we'll wait till November. Probably a good idea. It wasn't. It's weird here. That's the first time during the day that we've gotten really hammered. A little bit of rain during the day, but it'll rain, 3/4 of the night. But it hasn't been that bad. But yesterday it was. So I got to get out and get that tent. Everything's there. Everything's ready to go. My wife's going to go, like I said, on Saturday. So I'll go Saturday, stay Saturday night and Sunday night, and then come back on Monday and break everything down and put it away. All right, Ann, thanks for stopping by. I really appreciate it. And hopefully I'll get some good stuff. I've got all the data and everything that I need on the air conditioning. It's going to be a little bit different, I think. Probably not much. It's in the truck. It's a truck bed deal. It's a pretty interesting thing. The only thing it was about, I'm going to say about 5-6 inches too long, because that bed's only 4.5, a little over 4.5, and most of the beds are 5.5. So anyway, but it fit. You'll see when you see the video. Don't know if he will be around when we do this trip. Okay, I'm missing out on some stuff, but I'll catch up. But haven't been in years. Okay, I must be talking about fishing of some sort that I missed. Everybody's saying hi to Randy. I think I caught up. I don't think there was a bunch of questions. Cool. I think I am. Hey, Bob, how you doing? Glad you could make it. Fish are doing awesome. In fact, I went out this morning and changed about maybe 30%, 25% of the water in the little tank. Today I'm going to change about 15% in the big one. But yeah, they all look good. Everything looks great. The water's great. If I wasn't such a anyway, I could beat myself up all day. But anyway, I'll stay on top of it now. I just got to do my water tests and stuff. I just was being an idiot, I guess, kind of. But yeah, they all look great. In fact, my wife had even said something about that this morning, that how good they looked. And usually when you bring some fish from Bangkok, even if we drove there, it's still an 8-hour trip back, and they get beat up a little bit. Usually lose one or two, and these guys were small, but they took it, and there was 14 of them. There's still 14 of them, so. I treated them a little bit before they went in the tank, so it helps. Thanks, Randy. Appreciate it. Yeah, definitely my better half. No hiccups after 2 years. Hiccups almost every day here. Yeah, it's amazing, man. I don't know. I mean, me and this one, we had our amounts. We were together 30 years or so, and but with Nitnoy, it's first of all, Thai people don't want any kind of confrontation anyway. So they're sabai. But I want to say in the 2 years, pretty much the last year, maybe we had like 10 disagreements, and 8 of them were about the house. So in 2 years, we had maybe 2 deals that lasted 5 minutes, and it was always my fault. So I didn't have much to defend myself. So I just took it. Yeah, it's me, finish my house though. Yeah, well, I got to get mine cut on. But I guess I'm missing what you guys are talking about. Maybe you're talking about the fishing trip. Oh, okay. So you are. Yeah, that would be awesome. That would be cool. Let's see. Back in a few. Where are you going? Looking, Randy, wild ass hair. And Randy agrees with that. No idea how accurate you are. I don't have any, so mine isn't wild. There's nothing to talk about. But yeah, that would be awesome if you make the fishing trip. I was just thinking about that too, and we'll probably have to talk afterwards or whatever. And about I haven't had a chance. Anyway, we'll talk about that afterwards. Don't want to get into too many particulars, but I am going to be. I'll be in Pattaya John TM Christmas, so for Christmas Eve. Let's see. I think I'm caught up. Let's see. Any plans on the backyard? No, still haven't decided what I want to do with that. I think I'm going to still wait until after the rainy season. I am going to move the koi pond into the front yard and the temporary koi pond, and go ahead and maybe get a building or start building that. I think, short of getting an engineer out here to do, I don't want to build a observation deal without having an engineer look at it. So it is possible to do that and have an engineer look at it, have a set of plans drawn, and then have somebody build it to that, whether it be my cousin or not. They at least have a plan on it. The other option is for about between 180 and 200,000 baht, and get the whole thing already completely done with a bathroom and everything in it. So I have to kind of weigh, how much money do I want to spend up front. The other way, if I do that, it's all once. It's got to all come out and be paid for. The other way, I can, do it over a 3-4 month period and trickle money into it. So, hey, Jam, how you doing, Meow? How you doing, Jim? Good morning to everyone. Good morning to you. And did I say hi to? Hey, Louis, how you doing? I didn't see you sneak in there. Hope you were well, my friend. I was just talking about you and being in John TM area for your Christmas Eve deal. Looking forward to that. That ought to be a bunch of fun. Let's see. Everybody saying hi to Jim. And in case you guys don't know that, and if you're not subscribed, please subscribe to Jam Random Places. They're starting to get going around the stuff that the videos and stuff that they're putting out. I like, so I would imagine most of the people, 99% of the people on here will like. And got a new truck, traveling around Thailand and doing some vlogging. So they're having a bunch of fun, it looks like to me, and great people. I met them personally, so I can give you my thumbs up on the Jam crowd. I'm definitely a liker of the channel and them. So. Dun, 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 dun. I'm imagining you're going to be. Are you heading back this way? I think you guys are, right? Are you going back to Udon or no? But let's see. But back to Kawa. I'm looking forward to that. I've already got. I think I told you last time you were here. If you're still here, I did get a room in the same hotel from the 23rd to the 25th. I think 3 nights. I think I'm going to be there at that same that hotel that you had recommended. So I'm set. I'm ready. All I got to do is just get there. And I don't know if I'm going to fly. I'm probably going to fly because I'm going from there to Phuket on the 26th through the 29th, I think, and then back home. So, one has to go. You got classes? All right, take it easy. I know Tommy was here earlier. Let's see. Yesterday, we're going back after Jim's 90-day check-in. Cool. A lot of people do that online, too. I don't know if you... I think you have to do your first one in person, though, don't you? I think so. I might... somebody else might know that. I think you have to do your first 90-day in person, and then after that, you can do your deal. And, of course, me, although it's in my phone now, my wife made me put it in there. I think it's in November or something. Yeah, I better watch that on when I'm going to. Yeah, I got lucky by bringing my wife. It saved me money because they would have fined me. That was way over. But it won't happen again because it's in both phones, actually. Yeah, that's what I thought, Tony. Thanks. That's what I remember. I haven't done it online. Some people have, and I guess you can print out a deal and you're all set. But mine, the office is like I can almost throw a rock and hit it. And when we went in there the other day, we went at like 2:30 in the afternoon or something, and there was no one in there. I walked in, walked right up to the guy. My wife handed him my passport. She sat up there and talked a bunch of stuff about the people being sick and not being able to get over here to do the 90-day check-in. Didn't want to infect anybody, and she worked her magic and saved me $60. So I'll take him out to dinner one way or another. Yeah, it's easy. I mean, all I did is hand it to him. I want to say, after she talked to him and tried to explain to him why I didn't come, besides just being an idiot, that doesn't go over well. Explain that there was other circumstances. I don't know, under 10 minutes, maybe 5 minutes. He bring it up, printed it on the computer, folded it up, stapled it in my deal, and I was out. So even when I go by myself, if I go in the morning at 9 o'clock, I'm out of there by 9:15. It's amazingly fast. The best thing that ever happened was them putting in that new government center there. Driving the hour each way to the one over on the border, that was a pain in the rear. That was, it has to be done. But like I said, they were talking about that before all this crap hit. The biggest thing on the table that everybody was complaining about was 90-day check-ins. I don't know why. It's not that big a deal. I would want them to go away because I'm absent-minded. I forget about that. Like it's not. They know where I am. Every time I go to a hotel, they have my passport. Every time I leave this place and go and stay somewhere, they know exactly where I am. So I don't understand it. But they had talked about getting rid of that. That was before the virus hit and all that kind of stuff. And then that just went to the wayside as a non-issue. But the biggest thing they were talking about was getting rid of it. So maybe now that everything's mellowed back out, maybe they'll start talking about getting rid of it again. Yeah, there's Craig. I watched 2 of your videos this morning. I was on a roll. I'm always the only guy. Yeah, I mean it depends on what area you're in, I guess. If you're in a area that there's a lot of people, then I guess it's going to be that way. But that's the way mine is. And by the way, if you guys aren't subscribed, I think you got a whole bunch of subscribers. Because I think the last time that I looked, you were like at 350, and now you're like almost 450 or something. So subscribe if you want. You guys will like the content, like the channel. He does good vlogs, way better than anything I put together. But I love the concrete. And like I said, man, see, that's what I can't do. You do the stuff because you want to do it, and that's awesome. I point and shoot and pay the 1,200 baht and scratch my head that how can somebody do this for $30, And like you said, that whole slab and everything for $200. I mean, it's insane. Same thing as like me taking my scooter and changing the oil in it. Why? They charged me under 300 baht. They charged me like $7 to change the oil in my Forza, And besides the fact they look at everything else and make sure everything's cool. I just can't fathom it. I could see doing it because you enjoy doing it. And I can tell that you enjoy doing that stuff. But man, when it comes right down to brass tacks, I'd rather been with you and stepped a couple of times in the concrete and moved a little bit of concrete around and kind of watched them for $30. But that's just me. But there's a lot of things you can do that I don't know. I could tell you get you and your wife get joy out of doing the stuff yourself. Yeah, James Abroad did a big shout out about my house and a shout out about an handle because he previewed the house before I bought it. Oh, cool! That's awesome. I watch some of his stuff. I like that channel. Is Aaron leaving? I didn't notice that. You leaving, Aaron? Hey, Dave, I'm calling early. I have a good day, bud. Everyone. Okay, cool. I'll talk to you anyway through our group thing. But yeah, but the concrete, it gets you. I could tell you were excited looking at it too. It's awesome. Like when they poured the concrete around here, I could almost picture everything else going up, walls and everything electrical, and in my mind I could see it. I could see me pointing and telling someone else to do it, not going and doing it myself. But you know that now. But I do. I know you. I could see you get joy out of doing it. You like doing it. For Jim, I guess Jim running the place. I get it. Can I get it done in your town, Dave? What is that? Oh, the 90-day? I think you can do it anywhere. I don't think it matters where you get it done, if that's what you're asking. Did I miss the question? I probably missed it. But yeah, I think you can do it anywhere. Tony might know. No, I think he's leaving. I gotta go. Get on. Everyone enjoy. All right, Tony. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. Yeah, and I that was the last one that I watched. I watched the concrete one, and then I kind of scroll back because sometimes I watch parts of them. And thank God they put that little red line there. I know right where it takes right where I stopped, because sometimes I get into something else or have to go do something else. Not too often. I'm retired, but I've got to do something on that. Now I had them fix both my pumps, and in case anybody was wondering, we were right. Whoever it was that I was talking about, I thought it was the pressure switch. It might have been Daz, if he's still here, but it was the pressure switch on both of them. So the guy replaced the pressure switch. I said, "Can you just replace them for me?" He said, "Yeah." So he replaced those. He's got one now. He wants to put one on the well and then use that water just to water the plants in the yard. And my water is exactly like Craig's. You got that brown, and if it sits, it gets browner, in it. So, and I want to say the filtration system that I was looking at was like 30,000 baht, about $1,000 or something, which wasn't horrible. But I look at yours, and the only problem that the thing that you have that I don't have is room, where I can put in 3 6-foot tall filters, or 4 this big around 6-foot tall and take up maybe the space of one of your concrete rings. You have the what I wish I had was area, to put stuff in, and because it looks like it's working fine. I don't know. You don't drink it, do you? Do you drink the water? Because I don't know. Does charcoal get the bacteria out? I don't know if it does. I know it'll get all the impurities, I think, out, but I don't know about bacteria. But yeah, that was the last one I watched this morning. I'd watched the first part of it, and I watched the last part of it this morning. Like I said, it's kind of a bummer. That's why I kind of want to go to Udon and do something with there, because I've got, I don't know what it is. I don't know. We still haven't figured it out. 2 or 3 rye, and it's got the pond on it, and we want to put the tilapia and build a little house or buy another. I wouldn't mind building one if I could get because it could just be Thai style. Just put in the concrete slab, just like what Craig's doing, and build that and make that a little house. It's fine. As long as it's got air conditioning and it's sealed roof and there's not open to, not that Thai style, then I'm fine with that. As long as when I go there, I've got a place to get out of the heat. And then, of course, if they do go along with, decriminalizing marijuana or ganja, then I will see what the people there want to do. And maybe I'll put up some kind of like I said, I would grow mine in a greenhouse. I just don't, the humidity is way too high. I just can't see it happening. I can drink it, but we use bottled water. That's what we do. The garden, I drink it. Choking when you're choking. Yeah, it's probably better than nothing, right? It looked clear. I mean, like I said, mine, did it have a smell to it too, or no? Or just the color? Mine used to it. It doesn't anymore. I don't know why. And I heard that's from bacteria, the smell. We are free next week. We are thinking about a road trip again. Any suggestions? You guys went all the good places that I know. Have you been to Tony's Way, Jim? To Phuket and Tony Penang, I think is the way you pronounce it. Koh Lak is awesome along the coast there. I would suggest maybe that if you haven't been over there. Phuket, definitely. I don't know if you've been to Phuket. John, yeah, there you go. Go see Tom. Tom will take you to Route 66. They got really good food. Let's see. Great. Some kind of suction strainer before the pump. I think you clear it with the hammer. Yeah, I was amazed at all that dirt and crap that came out of the sand too. And it's kind of weird. How do you keep that sand from traveling in the pipes to the other side or getting clogged? That was kind of interesting. No smell. Okay. Yeah, mine doesn't now. I don't know. It did for a while. I don't know what difference it's made now. Got me. But I do like the way it looks. And if I had the room, I'd build what you got there, or I wouldn't. I would point and tell the cousin what to do. But if I do something with that and decide to use it as a backup, what I could do is have off of that, he's going to put one pump on the system for the house. The other pump is going to go down into the well and pump it out. And it's pumped around the property to water my wife's got a crap load of plants now and stuff. So they're watering all that with the regular water. And the guy says, just use the well water, which makes sense. So what I could do is just put in a smaller filtration system only to fill my water tank, the 1,000, probably put in another one. So I have 2,000 liters. and do that manually, through a smaller filter system. I'm only talking about maybe doing, even when we run out of water, even for a week or whatever, I might only use 5,000 liters or something. So I wouldn't need that much of a filtration for that amount. I might do that now that I'm thinking about it. And I'd still like to enclose that over there too. I think it looks like crap with all the stuff sitting there. Whole backyard looks like shit right now. Yeah, it was excellent, Jim. I had the fajitas and the Mexican food stuff of it, and the what did I have? Their nachos or something. It was really good, as good as most Mexican restaurants in the U.S. Anyway, hey, what's up, Off the Hook? Glad you could make it. If you guys aren't subscribed and you want to see a good fishing channel with good family vibe, hunting, that kind of stuff, that's definitely the one to go ahead and subscribe to. Oh, that beautiful. Yeah, the beautiful Ford Ranger. It is nice. Nice truck, man. It is an awesome truck. Did they open back up, Tom? I know that you had mentioned it last time that they were doing some kind of road work around there, and it was closed. Was that only? I'm imagining it was only a temporary closure. Randy saying hi to Off the Hook, but yeah, I really enjoy Off the Hook's channel. I like the family vibe, man. They not more so as I've gotten older, and he's a younger guy, but the family is a pretty big deal to me now, more so than when I was younger, I think. So when I see younger people, doing what they should be doing with their family, and hopefully the United States won't, gas won't get $300 a gallon to where they take, as far as I'm concerned, the brightest part of my childhood was camping and fishing and all that stuff. And we can't go on the lake because it's $18 a gallon for gas. And then it's 400 miles to the lake we want to go to. And on the road, it's $6 a gallon for gas. It's crazy. It's insane is what it is. But anyway, I'm on a ramble again, a rant. But he does what I consider a very good channel about everything, about fishing, takes his family, takes them out fishing. That's awesome. I enjoy it. So, yes, reopened. Okay, cool. And loving the new truck. I bet, Jim. It's awesome. In fact, I told my wife, if we wouldn't have bought the electric hot rod, and I would have been buying something for basically me, I would have bought a Ford, no doubt. I was thinking about maybe trading in this one and getting an automatic and all that, and I said, you know what? If the tent works out and it works out fine, I'm not going to be going that far, And like I said, we drove it everywhere before, and once you get on the open road and you got it up into fifth gear, it's just cruises, So when you come to the occasional little place, with a couple of stoplights, so you have to stop. Not that big a deal, I guess is what I'm saying. And I put a new motor in it, and it gets good gas mileage, and it's a diesel. So, and the truck's in great shape. I know it's an older truck. I don't think it's got a dent in it. My wife she takes care of all her stuff. Like I told you, she wanted me to completely encapsulate and shoot this car with some kind of a coating or something to keep it from getting scratched. So she's a fanatic, which is good, because I have a tendency to not be so much, unless it's like my personal vehicle. That's bad to say, isn't it? I should be on everything. That's horrible. So to get back to the thing, that's what I think I'm going to do now that we talked about that, is I'm going to put in another tank over there, which I have, another 1,000-liter tank, and close it somehow, and then have a manual deal that once, I could put it on a solenoid valve that once the tank level drops so far, it'll open up, but I'd want it to put a light so I would know. I think I'd just rather run out of water and then go and manually fill it or put it off on. Be able to switch it over somehow to make it easy. I could do it on a float too, and just turn the valve on and off. Once the water starts coming in again, just shut it off, or put the one valve below the other so that one is the main, and that might work too. We'll see. But let's see what Uncle's saying. Gas is $3.85 now in the U.S. and falling. Yeah, I heard that too, but I heard don't get your hopes up too much that it's going to jump back up again. Now, I don't know how true that is, but that's one side talking against the other. But it's just like, I don't know. As far as I'm concerned, gas shouldn't be any more than $1.50 a gallon. That's just my personal opinion. If the president can get there and say, I can guarantee you $1.25 to $1.50 a gallon for gasoline, you got my vote. I don't care about anything else. Do whatever you want. Go to war with China. I don't care. Just give me $1.50 a gallon gas. I just think it's crazy. Like I said, my fondest memories. Hey, Fa, how you doing? Is camping. And even I live by Bass Lake. That's the same place that we went in as a kid. It was 4 hours from our home and outside of Los Angeles, and living up there at one point when gas was $5 a gallon. We'll forget what year it was. People just stopped coming and even on the lake, because usually it's damn near double on the lake, so maybe $10 a gallon. And even the people on the lake said, we're going to try to do the best we can. We're going to make it, if it was $6.50, a gallon, and and people still, they didn't come. It's tough, and like I said, man, that's all my memories, from 10, 11, 12, 14, 16, all the way until I moved out of the house. We went there for 2 to 3 weeks every year, and that was my favorite and fondest memories. It's what I think I liked about moving up there, is every time I drove by that lake, all the fond memories of my 2 uncles who are now gone, and everything was all good, not one bad memory. We used to valet park, and recently didn't know how to drive our manual car. Oh, really? Yeah, I don't know if the kids nowadays know how to drive a manual transmission. I doubt it. Do you guys need a fishing license? I don't think so. Fishing license 54 plus money for extra. Yeah, I think I paid, I want to think what it was, $125 for the year for 2 rods, salmon tags, ocean tag, and all that. I think it was $125 a year. And that was for a resident. I have no idea what it was for somebody coming from out of state. I see color everywhere. What looks like normal. Yeah, I think a lot of people are letting them go. Craig, I think people are just letting them go in the water, which I don't know if that hurt anything. I mean, they're just a carp, so I don't think it would hurt anything or take over anything. That off the top of my head, anyway. Could be wrong. Have been wrong before. Is Ron leaving? All right, Ron. Thanks for stopping by. If you are leaving, bye, Ron. Yeah, it looks like you're leaving. Take it easy. So I got to get the koi pond done too. I don't know. I'm going to wait. I have these nightmares of, the cousins starting the plunge pool and the koi pond, and then not coming around and it raining for 3 days, and I have like this 2-foot deep mud hole, sinkhole in my backyard. Anyway, I have nightmares about it, so I'll probably wait. I think my wife said November, so maybe November. So I maybe could get. I'm thinking I could get them done, and both of them done in 3 to 4 months. So we'll see. Depends on how consistent the cousin's going to be in coming to the house. So, but let's see. From talking, that's a good idea, man. Now I'm in my mind. I'm drawing up what I want to do for how to fill that, how to fill those tanks, and the filtration that I'll need for only, let's say, I don't know, 20,000 liters a year. because it's usually, excuse me, we had a couple of, it gets dry here in Surin. So when it's dry, one time I've lived here almost 3 years, I guess now. And in the first rental house that we were in, we went almost 2 weeks, and it was costing me 500 baht a truckload, which I think was 4,000 liters or something. Um, and and I was doing that twice a week. I think 1,000 baht. Not that it's an exorbitant amount of money, but I punched that hole just for that reason, was to have backup, so I didn't have to experience that. So if I could do it just so it does maybe 20,000 liters, have somebody calculate something on filtration that I would need for that. I don't think it's going to be a very big filter. It should be fine. I can do it cheaply. I'm going to say off the top of my head for probably 7,000 baht. I should be able to put in the filtration system that I'd need for that. Take all the big stuff out and then put it through a 3-stage, one tank, and should be fine. Maybe I'll have a 2-tank there. They're not that expensive. I got to go back and look at it. Maybe I'll design it myself. Shouldn't be that hard to do. I didn't miss anything, right? Everybody just say Ron's leaving. The valet park. I don't think I missed questions. But yeah, and to get back to if Jam's still here. Hold on, let's see what Craig said. Gas is actually cheap, but the states add gas tax and build roads, and people vote yes to add those taxes. So everybody voted no on all the states' increased gas would to be forced to be low. Yeah, I know it's about, yeah, and I have to admit, I mean, as far as any place in the world that I've driven, and it's not a absorbent amount of different countries, but the U.S. has some well-maintained roads. Do they have the occasional bad one? Yeah, but for the most part, they do take care of their roads. And I don't know, I don't know exactly how everything works. I probably would fry my brain trying to think about all the stuff, like them keeping this surplus of gas just in case of this or that and all that kind of stuff. I don't know exactly how much they keep in surplus, how they work that out mathematically to make sense. But when, I don't know, these pipelines and stuff like that, when they stop them, I mean, I don't know. Would it be nice if everything was clean air and electric? Sure. Is it feasible right now? I don't think so. But in the future, probably, but I'll be dead. Do I want the world to be a better place for my families, they're going to go down my generation after generation? Sure, I do. And hopefully there will be. But to force it on everybody and make stuff so tough, I mean, in the United States, I see all this stuff, now I heard they're relieving, and I only hear bits and pieces. I don't look at the news that often. Student loans. And what about all these, not necessarily me, but what about all these people that are on Social Security, like my mother? If she didn't have a couple of income properties and some other stuff, she gets like $900 a month on Social Security. And they've done nothing for those people, nothing for the elderly whatsoever. They talked about it. Oh yeah, we're going to raise it $200 a month, and you're going to get this, and it's going to go up, and we're not going to regulate it against this one. We're going to regulate it against this one. I mean, for years and years, I was looking at mine. Oh, what did yours go up? And cost of living went up 10%, and we got an extra $3 a month. Just like stupid. And they don't help the people who aren't working, but they help people that got student loans. Not that hey, that's, if you could do that, that'd be great. But why don't you help the people? It doesn't have to be me. I don't need it. But there are a lot of people that are retired that do need it. And the government is just like, because that was one of Biden's biggest thing. We're going to redo Social Security, and we're going to do this, and we're going to do that. And they've talked about it and talked about it and talked about it. And they haven't done shit. Nothing. So, let's see. Nope. What about you? Hey, Baldy, how you doing? Glad to see you. Can make it. Appreciate it. Question: and all the pipes going to be below ground level? Yeah, but they're around the perimeter. Um, Black sheep. Everything's run around the perimeter. Nothing's run across the yard. If that's what you're asking, um, nothing's run across the yard. What about if you're a tradesman who spends thousands on tools and equipment? They're getting that money back. I doubt it. I doubt it. You know, I don't. It just doesn't make sense to me. When they talked about it, I really thought, because I don't care who's president and whatever. I live in Thailand. But you know, the when somebody says something, it's like, especially politicians. That's what Trump, whether you like him or you don't like him, at least he was a businessman. Give him a chance, and they never gave him a chance. They fought him every inch of the way. Was he as crooked as the politician? Sure, I imagine he was. You know, but did he do things? I thought he did. I could be wrong. I don't care now. I don't give a shit. But you know, I thought, you know, they, to get elected, they'll tell you anything. I'm going to give you, you know, this, I'm going to give you that. And then when it comes, oh, well, you know, we didn't quite get around to that. And it's common for all. Trump did the same thing, I think, on different stuff. So, you know, it just, I just don't understand it, especially it made so much sense. And they talked about it so much. And I'm talking about that Pelosi and all them. Well, yeah, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, and going to get that, and we're going to raise this, and we're going to do it off this and this. And did we get a big raise last year? Yes. And is there supposed to be a big raise this year? Yes. Will it happen? This $200 every month for, and it wasn't even for, no, it was forever, I think. It was supposed to be a $200 bump straight up, and that was it. Never transpired. Student loan forgiveness compared to the trillions of tax forgiveness that were given previously, as well as the billion of bailout. Yeah, forget about that. Yeah, it's minuscule. You're probably right. And like I said, do I think that it's a bad thing? No, don't get me wrong. I don't think it's a bad thing. Do I think they should have helped the elderly before they did that? Yes. But that's just my personal opinion. Hey, storekeeper, how you doing? I paid $100K for my Thai stepdaughter to attend Washington State, but she still has 25 in student, hoping she's, yeah. And like I said, I think it's awesome. I think it's great, but I think that the senior citizens needed it more, especially since all these years they've been going off of whatever it was. I forget not cola or whatever it is, the low one, to where we get $10, you know. So you watched, just for instance, over the past maybe 3 years prior, you watched milk go from $1 a gallon to $1.50 to $2.50 a gallon, and yet somebody got, you know, $23 more a year, a month, you know, for whatever it was, or $18, and that was typical. You know, it just didn't make excuse me, just didn't make sense, you know. But like I said, hey, if you can forgive all the, you know, all of the student loans, hey, I'm all up for it. Just why don't you help out the people that are getting, you know, $1,000 a month in Social Security, and give them some real cost of living raises, even if you're not going to give them the $200 bump a month, at least give them the correct cost of living raises. Where are you going to live for $1,000? You know, it's insane. Trump was Trump was what? I know I hate to get into politics, but it kind of went that way. Establishment, I would have voted for him. Yeah, it's just, I don't know. You know, Trump, arrogant, kind of a, you know, whatever. The only thing was in my mind is the United States is the biggest business in the world. Why not let a businessman try to run it? And all I saw, and I didn't follow it that much, was everything that he tried to do, they fought him tooth and nail all the way through until he was done. So all presidents have a great idea for the people, but until Republican and Democrat actually work together. Yeah, exactly. I think that's a fair statement, Craig. They need to work together, and they don't. It's like good against evil, whoever's good and who's ever evil. They just sit there and battle. You know, I don't know. Like I said, I hope all the student loans get forgiven. But I'd like to see before that, which isn't going to happen, I'd like to see a fair bump to maybe even everybody that's below $1,400, $1,300 a month get a bump of $200, and then go with real life numbers on inflation would be a place that I would think to start. Let's go, Brandon. Yeah, I hear that, Jake. Yeah, vets. Don't get me started on vets. Some of the people that should be getting everything and they get shit, but we'll let people come in illegally and give them medical and dental and schooling. And I think it was storekeeper talking about, having to pay for it, but we'll let them go to college for free. What the hell? Go. Don't get me started on that. But if they would do that, I would be all for that. Or even if they made it less. People that are getting 1,100 and under get that $200 bump. I would be fine with that. I'm sure that there's people out there that disagree with that and think everybody should, which would be fine. If they want to give me $200 extra a month, I'm all for it. But for me personally, I'd like to see could I use it? Sure, you can always use money. But I'd rather see maybe somebody get their student loans taken care of than given somebody that doesn't really need it per se. And I don't think people will be honest. They have to come up with a number, but they're never going to do it. So it doesn't matter. The wombat. That would be my guess, right? Just kidding, Tom. The student loan forgiveness will supercharge inflation. Yeah, I don't know, man. I'll tell you one thing. The one thing I do know, and I'll say about it, is thank God I live in Thailand. Got to love Thailand. I wouldn't want to be any other place, including my home country. I'd rather be right here where I'm at. The United States of Mexico. I hear that, Bob. And I got nothing against. I'm always the first one to say that they're abusing, and they've been abusing and bankrupting California, any border town, any border state. And people have always said, well, what are you supposed to do? I said, you don't treat them. You don't do it. Well, they'll die. Well, they'll die. I don't know what to tell you. If I'm going to come and sneak into Thailand and know they're going to give me everything, I'm going to come. If I come here and they're not going to give me everything, I'm going to die in the street. I won't come. Are people going to have to die? Is that a bad thing? Sure it is. I'm not saying it's not, but unless you do something. But I think even better, hey, there's 10 million of them. I don't care. Make them all citizens. Give them social security numbers and hit the road. Pay your taxes just like everybody else does. I got no problem with that. Everybody that's here came from someplace else. So give them citizenship. I think it's a no-brainer. Let them pay taxes. They would just remove the tax and 65 would help. Yeah, anything I think would help the elderly. I guess never thought of myself as the elderly, but hell I am, I guess. But it's when stuff is rising, and if you're on a fixed income and you don't have a home and you're renting an apartment for God knows how much, if you're lucky, you've been in that apartment and there was some kind of rent control on it, and you're still only paying $800 a month of your $1,200, and you're living on $400 a month, and you can't turn your heater or air conditioner on. It's ridiculous. And the vets, like I said, don't get me started on that. They ought to be taken care of for life, and monetarily, medical, dental, everything. And it doesn't have to be somebody that, as far as I'm concerned, that's been in for 25, 30 years. Somebody that goes in and fought for our country and was on foreign wars or in a foreign war or anything like that, they should be taken care of. They fought for my freedom. At least that's the way I look at it. You got to remember, I come from the crappy part of war history in Vietnam, where I watched everybody, spitting on people and a ridiculous freaking. Anyway, won't get started on that either. Uh, but I just hope they do something for Social Security. And like I said, hopefully for the people that really need it, you know. Quicksand. Senior citizens hold billions of dollars in student loan debt, roughly more than 2% of the trillion of the nation's debt. People over 45 and half of the debt. So old people are being helped. Okay, I didn't know that. I don't know any percentage. I didn't really. Senior citizens hold billions of dollars in student loan debt, roughly more than 2% of the trillions of the national debt. I didn't know that. So maybe it'll help them. I don't know. I guess so. If it helps them, that's great. But I would imagine, what are you going to do? Get blood out of a stone? How is somebody on a fixed income getting $1,600 from the government expected to pay off student loans? I don't know. Don't make sense to me. The debt's there because they're probably not paying it. I know I wouldn't. I'd tell them to go screw themselves. Give me some more money. I can't afford my $1,000 a month apartment that I live in and still be able to eat and keep myself from freezing in the winter. And I don't know. I agree. I think so. I mean, and would it take a bunch? I don't really think so. I think that if they move the money around to the correct places that are needed, when you're not taking care of 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 million people that aren't supposed to be here, that'd be a hell of a lot of money that you could circumvent to vets, I would think. Just a guess. And like I said, I'm not like I'm against anybody, but try to sneak into Thailand, try to sneak into Cambodia, try to sneak into Laos, try to sneak into Vietnam, and see what happens to you. You'll never be heard of again. Try to sneak into the United States, just walk across. You'll probably get a ride, probably from a border patrol. Let me give you a ride into San Diego. I don't know, It just seems crazy. Yeah, it does me too. How you doing, Loretta? And like I said, I got a lot of friends that were in that war, and a lot of them died. Just coming back. We've went over this before too. That they'll spend all this money and get you all hyped up to go kill people, and then when you come back, it's there you go. You're discharged. Have a good job at McDonald's. You got the world by the balls, boy. Go get them, and put you on the street. No, where can I go? I can kill people. Can you give me a job? I can go to work. Bunch of shit. Let's see. You guys pretty much know how I stand on some of that stuff. Oh, what did Mr. Danger say? Sick to my stomach right about now. Sick from listening to me, or sick? We still haven't. Did you? I didn't see an email. Still got to. You got to try those edibles and stuff. I'm hoping that. I'm not hoping. I'm hoping that they can do something for you, and that maybe people here, including myself, can help you out somehow to get you something to relieve any of the crap you're going through. Everybody cares about people that are on this channel, and that's the way it should be. That's what we're all here for, to have fun, bullshit, talk. I enjoy it. Like I said, I'll be doing this until I don't enjoy it, regardless from all the threats from the trolls, and they're going to come see me and they're going to come get me. You know where I am. You know exactly where I am here in Surin. Come on down. Feel you got the balls. Come on, and I'll show you what life's about. I'm feeling the student loan relief is a trap. Debt forgiveness, they will have to pay taxes on the forgiveness. I thought they were talking about relieving that too, somehow the taxes or something on it. Let's see. I'm bad at right. I'm the worst. I'm the worst, Loretta. If you want to, come on one of the after deals, and just me and you, and we can talk. I'll tell everybody, come on the next show, and we'll just rap about stuff. Or if they want to be there and you don't care, they can give their 2 cents too. the more the merrier. Try to get you some kind of relief is what I would be headed for. But I am. That's why I do live streams. I don't do premieres. I can't spell, can't type. I'm horrible. So no problem with that. But if you want to do something like that, I'm more than up for that. The IRS agents need to work for tax avoidance, pay zero taxes and get. Yeah, I guess that's the biggest. I don't know. Like I said, I only hear little bits and pieces. I try not to follow the stuff, but I look on Facebook because that's the way I keep track of my whole family. I can go on Facebook for 10 minutes and know everybody's all right, know that little Billy broke his arm, but he's okay. I'll know it all in 10 minutes. So it's good, but I get little bits and pieces of people on there, especially now about now all the crap on Facebook and even my friends and stuff, bashing Biden and bashing Trump already. It's starting already, which I hate to even look at. We need Tommy in the sex. Hey, I'm in agreement with that, Lewis. If we can get him here or there or here, I'd be all for that. I haven't met Tommy yet. I'm looking forward to it. Hey, Jay East, how you doing? He's wishing. Hey, just a 3-day trip, overnighter. We can pour you on the plane the next day. Okay, good. Yeah, we could try it if you want to. I'll put it up before I go off. Usually, if anybody comes on, it's usually Brock and maybe Tim, but I don't even see Tim here, TNW. Sometimes Tom comes on, but yeah, we can wrap because I'm horrible at doing that too. I know exactly how it is. Let's see here. Oh, and that's what else I forgot to tell when I see what's here. I did the little short on going back. I went to that same school and brought them the rest of the stuff, all new volleyballs, soccer balls, badminton nets, portable ones so they can use it underneath their big area, their movable things, and swings and all the stuff, and tables. There was 2 tables short, and I just hadn't gotten around to getting it over there. And we went 3 days ago. We went and gave it to them, and then also I've got a 55-inch television sitting in my living room in a box that we got to take to the other school, the one where we got all the uniforms on my wife's birthday. They needed 3. Somebody gave them 1. All the people that have kids going there contributed and bought them a second one, and we bought them the third one. And we being me and everybody that contributes to my wife for giving back to Thailand. So we'll probably bring that. And I'm just going to do a short. I'm not going to do videos on it anymore. That way everybody can get a little look at it that wants to look at it, and the other people don't have to worry about it. But it was fun. We'll seeing the kids again. The little ones, they get a kick out of it. I think they were waiting for donuts, and I didn't have enough time to wrangle up getting them donuts. I believe the number of homeless in Los Angeles area. Wow. I haven't been there. Tent City, cardboard boxes. Wow. I haven't been there in a long time. I know that they were under the underpasses, overpasses, whatever they are. They were starting to build up, but I don't know. I don't see that. There are homeless, I guess, here in Thailand, right? Areas, and I'm imagining probably more so in Bangkok, Pattaya, maybe, in the more populated areas. But I'd be definitely interested in trying to help anybody that's homeless here and down on their luck stuff. So I'll keep on going. That's like I said, it's not like it's I don't get anything out of it, man. It's makes me feel good, and it makes my wife feel good, and my in-laws and my kids, because they never thought they'd ever be able to give back to their country. Income-based repayment. You guys are way more educated than I am. I know nothing about this stuff. Actually, maybe zero payment, but it helps put your credit back in a positive rating to change your life. Yeah, nothing. I don't think they teach people enough about about credit, Craig. I mean, I know when I was growing up, there wasn't, I didn't go to school much, but I had a Harley and little girls running around all over the place. So that was half my education there. But I don't know, maybe they do now. Do they teach how? I guess it's really the parents' job to teach how important keeping your credit. Making you're not going to get pretty much anything in life unless you strike it rich or something, win the lotto or something to that effect. You need to take care of. I don't know. We don't have very many 19-year-olds watching this channel, but if you are, take care of your credit, man. I had a epidural on the vertebrae on my neck today. Felt awesome for a while, but awesome wearing off. Yeah, man. Like I said, unless you have lived with somebody that's been in pain, and this one here, 4 back surgeries, total hysterectomy, both hips replaced. She had every disease you could possibly think of, and in pain pretty much her whole life. Unless you've experienced a lot of pain, which I have, and watched a spouse or someone else go through a bunch of pain, are they bitches? Yeah. Do you have to cut them breaks? Yeah. You have to. At least I did. I felt like I had to, And my wife, usually pretty much like Loretta, it's coming out, my wife knew too. And did she appreciate it after the fact and apologize? And yeah. I told her she don't even need to do that. I mean, it's weird. Pain sucks. Pain sucks. The edible, I think they will too, James. But she says that there's, she's a little restricted on money, and she has to pay a couple $100 just to get the card or whatever she needs to be able to buy the expensive edibles or whatever. But that's what I want to talk to her about. Maybe I can, everything that I put out every month is for people. I'm in Thailand. 99% of what I do goes to my wife to give to Thailand because of what they helped me with, keeping me from dying. And what I told you before, my respiratory doctor said you need to give back to Thailand, and he was absolutely right. It makes me feel good. It's good for my health. It's good for everything. But that doesn't mean that I can't help people that are in need around the world. I've got no problem in doing that. That's why I want to talk to her. So, because I'd like to see her be able to at least try it. It's a big $200. I mean, we can figure out something and get at least one, try it. And if it helps you, then, I'll go full bore on here saying, help Loretta, and we'll send her some dough. But we'll find out first. Let's see. What did I miss? Was Jay saying they were moved from Venice Beach? Oh, yeah, there was a lot of them there, right? You're talking about homeless again. I think we're back on. Homeless, abandoned children, the biggest thing here at present. Heartbreaking. Really? I didn't know that, Tom. I guess I got to start watching more news here in Thailand. It's so easy to find people to help. I mean, they're everywhere. Like I told you the other day, I decided to help out the one friend of my daughter. He's got an apartment in the same complex. The mother and a couple of family members pay the money for that, but nothing for anything else. No, for food. Father isn't available, drinks a lot. Grandmother has been taking care of him. She's now in tears because she's got terminal cancer and she's dying. And we went out to eat. He had 10 baht in his wallet, when we went there for the singing thing. So I talked to my daughter about it, and I said, what's going on with this? So he gave him 100 baht so that he could go see his grandma. I don't know how he was going to get across Bangkok. Walk. He wasn't going to go far for 10 baht. And then so we ended up sending 1,000 baht down there. The kids took him to Macro and bought a bunch of canned fish and noodles and stuff that he needed there, and spent 500 there. And she kept 500 to A meal in school is like $40, but she said he'd been 3 days just drinking water. And the kid watches out for my daughter. I mean, if something comes up, he'll stand up. He's a stand-up kid. I feel confident that he will defend her. So I'm more than happy to do it. So I told him a certain amount of the money that me and my wife give every month, we're going to circumvent that little bit over to him to help him. And I wanted to make sure the grandmother knew, because at least if she dies, she can die knowing somebody gives a crap about her grandson. So it's weird. When you make it to this area, I'll take you to Los Angeles tour. Yeah, and I'm definitely going to meet up with you, Randy, when I get there. It'll only take about 6 of the top richest American to pay their taxes that would cover. Yeah, and I guess that's how they're talking about getting the money to fund all this stuff, is going to go after the extremely wealthy. And I guess that's good for the people that aren't extremely wealthy. The extremely wealthy are probably worried about, but they're paying nothing. So I don't know. That would be really heartbreaking. What did I miss? What Tom said. Whenever I travel to Thailand, I visit orphanage. Yeah, I got to check that out. I'm going to check that out, Tommy. I'm going to check out some of the orphanage stuff, because we've done for the 2 schools now. We can branch out. Orphanage would be perfect. What a better area. If you know of any, send me some links to their Facebook page or whatever that are semi close, if there are any. There got to be, right? Got to be some in every province. News more. So I may have to splurge for the medical license. Yeah, definitely. We'll talk. See if I got no problem with helping you. Please expand on what you mean orphanages. How we get the team together to help. Yeah, the thing to find is, like I said, that's why I tell everybody when you give something here to say that it's for my wife to do what she wants to help Thailand, because I guess that kind of covers my ass that I'm not a considered. You can't do that. You can't be an unlicensed. What do I want to say? I'm missing the words. My mind's gone. Anyway, you can't. You're not supposed to do that. But to find a reputable one would be what I would probably try to do, for like the orphanages, like Billy Bob's Orphanage Donation Center. Find out. But you got to go there, meet them, make sure they're not a bunch of scammers. That's the hardest part. Let's see. Oh God, I'm not caught up on anything. Let's see. Went to father. Okay, you guys will catch me up. I feel for what been through first for her. Yeah, tell you what, man, she was a trooper. She was. I said it before. She was a 60-year-old woman at that point when she died, trapped in a 90-year-old body. Was she had lupus too, but not the kind that kills you. She had skin lupus. Now, my wife would never did anything on a little basis. You look up skin lupus in the medical journals and stuff, and you see these little red patches, maybe here and here, a little bit red, whatever. My wife was in tears. I went to our dermatologist that was trying to help her with this. 2 doctors were. Luckily, I worked for UCSF, so they got me in. I think I told that story before. Anyway, she was on fire. She took her top down, her whole back and chest, bright, bright, bright red. They gave her morphine. You could get the skin lupus in 2 different ways, one with pain and one without pain. Of course, she got it with pain, and it tore her up. I bought her Sunbrella clothing after that. The 2 doctors worked on it. I think she ended up dying from the cancer from the one shot that they were giving her. When I read it afterwards, one of its side effects was leukemia or cancer. And but it gave her relief for 4, 5, 6 years. So, it was, what do you do? But yeah, she was a trooper, man. But you had to cut them breaks. It's hard to be in a relationship with somebody that's in pain all the time, you get a little bit on edge yourself, you know. Not that they're saying that I was no saint, you know. I mean, I blew up occasionally. It's just something that happens. 6 months old and abandoned. What's Tom talking about? Let's see. Jay's local baker is helping out as much as they can. If I had a bigger home, I would have taken her in. Heartbroken. We'll never forget yesterday. Wow, I missed that, Tom. I'm gonna have to. That was just here, right? A little 6 month. How do you abandon? I don't know. I don't even see how you can abandon dogs, let alone I see some of these. They abandon a dog, just cover it with a blanket on the side of the road and leave it to die. I mean, come on. Are we that insensitive to everything? Okay, no money. I just might get bitchy. It's no why. And I normally like this. I'll try to come on when I'm in a lot of pain. Yeah, you can come on anytime you want, when you feel comfortable, and we'll talk about trying to do something. I took all the kids to Father Ray's Foundation. They're on Facebook too. The senior class made a big donation to help one of their houses many years ago. So this Father Ray Foundation sounds like that's a good one. Then I guess it's coming. Highly recommended. I think Tommy said something about that too. So yeah, I will definitely check into that. Hopefully I should write it down, but I know I lost my pen to busy to type. Yeah, you know, pain sucks, man. Misdemeanor, living in Thailand. I really don't do a lot, but I'm having fun visiting temples, foods, and yeah, Tom, I think visits at least 6 restaurants a week, so he knows about all the good places to eat anyway. Oh, I'm caught up. Wow. Yeah, the Father Ray Family actually has no adoption program. They take care of the children on a whole life program all the way through college. And really, wow, that's all. I'm gonna have to check that out. I can come back and look at it in the chat here. Hopefully, I can remember that with my mind. So, yeah, I don't know. Sometimes I can't remember shit, which kind of scares me. All right, Jake. I know it's getting late on the East Coast. Father Ray's. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'd go check them out. And like I said, we've helped the 2 schools now, and we still got more stuff for them in the future. But I'd like to kind of fan out to a little bit here, a little bit there. Like I said, with the one boy that we're helping that goes to school with my daughters over there. That's a little project just of mine. I don't put anybody else's dough, although it would be my wife's decision, which it is. But I definitely wanted to help him. He's a good kid. Didn't bitch or moan about anything. And according to my daughter, he wouldn't. He's just not that kind of kid, you know. Just hey, you know, man up and do whatever you got to do to get through life. And shouldn't have to do that when you're 17, 18 years old. Shouldn't have to be worrying about that. Mom and dad should be taking that. He doesn't have that option. And grandma was stepping up to the plate, and now grandma is going to be gone. So I got no problem. It makes me feel good. Like, again, it's not totally selfless if I'm feeling good about doing it. Let's see. What did Tommy say? Kev in Thailand was the biggest. Okay, cool. Well, it sounds like it's coming highly recommended. I donated while I was there in May to some folks I knew were in need simply because I could. And that's the bottom line. I mean, if you can, you can. Even in that last little short I did, I put, donate to the kids. I forget what I said. If you can. And doesn't matter what it is. People don't understand that. If you're standing in a corner and there's some lady that, is picking grass or doing whatever, you give her 20 baht. That's a lot of money to her. She has to work half a day to get that 20 baht, So by all means, don't think you've got to give, and you can do it when you're here in Thailand, even if you're on vacation, if it's someplace you'd like to come. I feel more obligated to do it because one thing, they saved my life. Secondly, it's where I live. But even if I was younger and visiting in a place I'm going to go to, and there was people in need, I would help them. So that's just me. Let's see. I'm caught up again. Jeez. This is what my wife and I do. Love giving directly to people or charities. Yeah. And like I said, Tom, it's not like it's selfless, man. You can see the smile on my face now. I mean, it makes you feel good. When I went over there 2 days ago or whatever it was, we were only there for 20, 30 minutes. They gave me, my wife was still working, 2 bottles of honey and a bag of some kind of fancy rice. I don't know what it is, but they don't have anything. It was nice of them to go out of that way. Honey's expensive here, especially the good stuff. But it does. It's not selfless. I don't want anybody to think, doing it for just because it makes me feel good. And it's something, like I said, they saved my life. So, hey, Peter, how you doing? I'm getting yeah. Let's see. What karma? I'm a firm believer in it, Jay. No doubt, not a doubt in my mind. And everything that you give, I feel, comes back, especially here in Thailand, tenfold. Look at what it's done for me. I mean, even though they helped me first, even though I'm coming back, I 4 years ago when I came here, my wife had just died. I've been together with her for 30 years, married for 27, 62 years old. I didn't know. I thought it was it. I'm done. We were going to come here. I came here, and hey, whatever happens, happens. I had no, I was hoping that I would find somebody, a female, that was interesting and I could spend time with, not necessarily sexually, just a female of the species. But came here and everything went for me except the time in the hospital. But I think I needed to do that to get perspective again in my mind that I'm not superhuman. I could die tomorrow. I'm not indestructible. I'm 66 years old, or I'm going to be 66 years old, and realize that, and don't be an asshole to everybody. Change your life. Try to be the best person you can be. Thailand's taught me that. This one did 4 or 5 years prior to her death, or so, maybe more. She, her whole life, she basically changed me. She was my life. And I didn't appreciate it enough. And I beat myself up every day for that, although I've gotten better and forgive myself. But it feels good. I mean, I never thought, like I said, never thought. I couldn't have orchestrated it any better, saying, God, if she's gone, this is exactly what I would like to happen to my end days. And I'd like to live to be 85. And this is how I want it to go down. I couldn't have scripted it any better. So higher power, whatever you want to think it is, I got luckier than shit is what happened. But anyway, let's see. What did I miss? Did I miss anything? I was saying hi to Randy. And Randy saying hi to Loretta. But yeah, me too. It's a bitch, man. It always comes back to bite you, man. Always, always. Hey, Bruce, how you doing? Visited this orphanage run by a French lady for about 35 or 40 years. Which one? Here in Thailand, Bruce? Jace, if you're around John TM, 22nd September onwards, Mark 10. Okay, cool. That I'd like to let me know too. I'm going to be there, like I said, in Christmas Eve at the Sexy Bar for Louis Cabo's party. And then I'm going to go to Phuket, do some fishing, and then come back home. But anybody that's coming in, I know Andy's here. Andy's in Vietnam. So I don't know if he's planning on coming to Thailand or he's going to do all there. But last time I was here, I didn't get to meet him. I'd really like to do that. But I'm hoping he's going to come by Thailand and drop in, but I don't know if he is. I think he's with his wife this time. I once offered to buy a homeless guy lunch. He replied angrily, "I want money for groceries." Lunch offer canceled immediately. Yeah, they want booze or anything else. You know, yeah, that's what I always did when I was in there. People asked for money. I said, "Hey, when was the last time you eat?" "No, it's been a day or so." "Well, here, I'll take you over to McDonald's." "But no, just give me the money. I can go buy it." And I said, "No, you get nothing." So hopefully they learn how to deal with their alcoholism, which isn't an easy. That's a whole different subject. Our bike group visits a couple times a year. Okay, cool. If you have the names of them, Bruce, let me know. I want to check into a couple. Maybe do. We've done the 2 schools now. Maybe we'll branch out into some orphanage stuff. It'd probably be a good place to donate. I think I'm caught up on. I think I did. If I missed anything, guys, put it in. I'm running out of water. Not as thirsty as I was the last one. But the last one was short. Sorry if I put it out there and I didn't realize that there were people that got up early to actually watch this channel. So if I inconvenienced anybody by doing a 6-minute live stream, I apologize. Hopefully that won't happen again. But let's see. And I'm caught up. How long has it been now? Well, almost 2 hours. Time flies when you're having fun with friends, right? I think donating to an orphanage is a great idea. Count me in. Yeah, and I'll know. I'll find out. I don't like I don't want people. Not that I care what the trolls think or say. That doesn't bother me. I don't really want to get dragged into court for being a. God, how come I can't remember the name? Anyway, to be in that, I don't really worry about it too much. But I think in particular, besides my wife getting dough to go and the little $2 super chats and all the stuff, the way that comes in and on PayPal has been plenty. Besides what we give, for my wife to have a ball, and thank everybody for that. And I tell them, in fact, I've got a picture of all the kids with the "Got to Love Thailand" shirt. Although I didn't put any of that, my wife's money into that. That was all our money. But she didn't put YouTube channel, so people probably don't have any clue what that soccer shirt is. But they sent me pictures from the game that they won the other day, and some pictures of it. That stuff I want to continue to do, and it's fine. No one has to donate to that. It goes to my wife, and we put it in with our dough that we put out every month to help people here in Thailand, help people in general. Doesn't have to necessarily, although I'm going to say 99.9% of what goes to people that are in need in Thailand. But in this particular instance, I think I'd like to get the name, and then we could charity. That's what I can't be known as, a charity, which I'm not. We'd like to help people just like everybody else. But in this particular instance, the orphanages, the biggest thing that I would want to do for everybody is find out and investigate who they are, how long they've been around, what they do with their money. Does it all go there? How do they treat the people? Do a little bit of investigating, because I wouldn't want to suggest any of them that I didn't feel were 100% there, if you catch my drift, which I'm sure you do. Then we all can just donate straight to that charity, which I think would be a better way. Yeah, and like I said, it doesn't matter what you have or what it is. Like I said, that one lady that I gave the 300 baht that time, coming out of that barbecue, that I asked at 9 o'clock at night, and she's out there cutting grass. What is she doing? Well, she either has a cow or she's going to sell that. So she's going to work all night. Yeah, because it's easier for them to do that out of the sun, which makes sense. And I said, so what? So she remembers when the sun goes down till midnight. I said, she looks like she's 80. She said, yeah, probably. I said, how much would she make? Oh, maybe 60 baht. I said, shut up. So I gave her the 300 that I had in my wallet. That's all I had. And I told her to take 4 days off. She didn't understand. And my wife said she'll be right out here tomorrow night doing what she's been doing for the last 20 years. So God bless the people here in Thailand. Like I said, they don't run to the U.S. government and go, gimme, gimme. They go and catch a fish or go to the family and say, I need a little bit of rice, or, they do what they have to do themselves. They go to and plus the Thai government isn't going to give it to them. They give a little bit. I will say that. They give stuff that my mother-in-law sometimes goes and gets rice and coffee and stuff, but it isn't much, 500 baht or something a month. So anything that you can do to help people here, especially here, you try to go to the United States and give even somebody that's begging on the corner and try to give them 50 cents and they might throw it at you. I'd be afraid to do it. I knew when I was doing air conditioning, we never carried any cash with us. It was always plastic. And when we go out to lunch, we'd do it. And one of the guys that I kind of knew from the warehouse, I went into the warehouse one day and they said, oh, Bob got killed yesterday. I said, what are you talking about? So he was in downtown eating at a place, came out of the place. The guy put a gun to him, said, give us your money. He reached in his pocket. He had like $1.50, gave the guy the $1.50, and the guy killed him. A wife and a baby. I mean, come on. This was years and years ago. But it's like, I don't know. I'm glad I'm in Thailand and not living outside of Los Angeles. And I love where I'm at. I think the people are fantastic. I think it's great that they let me live here, first off. And I'm going to try to do everything that I can to help, to give back to them, no matter what it is. And I don't care if I can't give what I want to give each month and I get, have a short month and I can only give whatever, 10,000 baht, or whatever I can give, I'm still going to give it. Whatever it is, it goes into the fund, and my wife does what she wants, and everything and the people know it too. When I go and I tell them, I say that it came from the people on GottoLoveThailand YouTube channel are the donators of it. So it all works out. And like I said, I wish it was selfless so I could go, I'm just doing this. No, I feel great. And especially I get to go there. You guys only get to give a little bit here and there. I get to actually go there and see the smiles on the kids' faces. And these particular ones, they've been off the floor now since we gave them all, but they had 5 to a table and it was kind of cramped. 4 is perfect. So they needed 2 more, 2 more tables to be able to do that 4 to a table. So they were all happy as hell to have they got their own chairs, and it's awesome. So you guys don't get to experience that. That's why I'll do the little shorts so you can at least see the kids and what you guys do to help. Okay, I'll try that. Yeah, I think it's just going and checking them out. I'm definitely going to check out this one. And sounds like everybody's hep on that one, Father Ray's, and find out about them. Well, let's see, Randy. What is it? That happens a lot in New York City. They want cash, not food. Yeah, they want to drink, man. It's sad. I mean, alcoholism sucks. Dave, I'm sure you have an orphan. Yeah, there's got to be, right, Tommy? I would think so. I'll go check it out. I mean, I'm retired. It's not like I don't have time. And even when when I do my camping deal, I have internet, so I can do a lot of checking around on there. And I'm going to also have my wife come on and bring me back here so I can bring the scooter there. So once I got everything set up, if I want to run home and take a shower or go to the bathroom or go to the store and get something to cook or whatever that I forgot, I'll have the scooter there to do that. All right, let's see. I think I'm going to end this. I'm going to put in the link here, Loretta, if you want to come on. If not, I'll put it on again at the end of the next one. Did it come up? Oh, there it is. At the end of the next one, if you don't feel like doing it now, if you're uncomfortable, just wait I'll be doing another live stream in 2 days. And I thoroughly understand the emailing and typing thing. I'm horrible. But I want to thank everybody for everything that you do for me, my family, Gotta Love Thailand YouTube channel. We have a bunch of fun. I really enjoy it. And all the new, there have been only a few new subscribers, which is fine. I think we're over 1,800 now, 1,809, I think, which is awesome. And I will hope to see you all in the next one that we do. Let me give where it's due. My intros and my outros on these lives was given to me by Richard of Richard Travels. Hope that he comes back someday. If you guys, he's still got all his stuff up on his YouTube channel. So if you would like, go and check it out. Richard, I wish, and I'm hoping that when he comes, I get to meet him. I've only met him on, doing YouTube, but we talk face to face like this. So anyway, thank y'all. I will catch you on the next one. You guys are awesome. The best subscribers around as far as I'm concerned. I'll catch you later.